Okay, fifth graders, let's get going. You guys are going to make your uh, little portraits. So first thing I have is I have all my dry materials. A pair of scissors, small work fine. I have the plaster of Paris, I have tape, and the bottle. The bottle is in two sizes. This is the smaller size. First thing you're going to do is you're working over paper. You're sitting nice, feet flat, and you're just going to cut your plaster into about 1-inch strips. There's no water involved at this time. That would get the scissors all icky and gross. So we're just going to cut in straight little lines as best I can, making strips of the plaster. You can see this stuff is messy and it's very powdery. We don't want to get any water involved. Okay, we're going to cut strips until we have a pretty good stack going. Couple more, and then I'm going to start the demonstration. Okay. Let's imagine I have a big stack ready. Now we're going to start with the next step. So once you have a stack cut, then you need your tape, your bottle, and your newsprint paper. With your newsprint paper, you're going to take a sheet of newsprint paper and crumple it into a ball. If you're using the big bottle, I would use the whole piece. If you're using the smaller bottle, I would use about half or 3/4. And you're going to take the ball and kind of wrap it around the top. You know, I'm wrapping it around and making it sort of like a head. Okay, so now I know I got a good size. I'm going to put this to the side, and I'm going to take some tape, and I'm going to get my tape ready. So I'm taking little pieces of tape, some masking tape. I'm going to do about 4 or 5 pieces. So now my tape is ready. So now, this is a good thing to do with a buddy. I'm going to put my bottle in the middle. Let's get that way. I'm going to wrap my head around. So now I'm going to take the tape and tape the paper to itself. I'm going to press the tape down onto the paper, and I'm taping the head into the shape that I want it to be. One more piece. Okay, so I got it kind of basically in the shape that I want. So the head and then the body. Now I'm going to transition to a new spot. This is a wet spot. So you're going to move from your dry space to your wet space. Your wet space, I have a cup of hot water and I have my strips. Now this is going to get messy, so we want to have scissors nowhere nearby so the scissors don't get ruined. Here's what you're going to do. Your plaster has a bumpy side and a flat side. The bumpy side is where all the glue is. So we're going to try to find that. You're going to dip it in and pull it up. Just a quick dip. Then you're going to take your fingers and take off the extra water. If you have too much water, what will happen is your project will get too wet. Now working with this wet noodle, you're going to lay it on your project and then you're going to gently smooth it with your fingers. Let's do that again. Find the bumpy side, dip, pull it up. Use my fingers, like a gator, get the water out. And now I'm going to overlap it. Here we go, overlapping it just a little bit and gently smoothing it out. You can rotate this. Okay, here's another piece. Dip it just for a second. Take off the extra water and lay it down overlapping and smooth it out. There you go. You keep going until your whole piece is covered. You can even add some to the bottle as well. We rotate it. There you go. You keep going. One layer is just fine. If you have a little spot, maybe you need an extra piece, you can do that as well. And that's it, fifth graders. So here's what to remember. We always work with paper underneath. That way we don't make a mess. And there's 2 stations. There's dry station. Dry station you cut. Dry station you tape and you mold on your piece. Wet station. Wet station is a different station with paper underneath. Hot water. Has to be hot water. Your strips and your bottle. Okay? That's it, fifth graders. Have fun.